Good morning on a Sunday afternoon. This is Talks with Cal. I'm Cal. So today it's a little bit interesting. So we find ourselves distracted by so many things in the world and so many episodes we can watch on Netflix and Hulu. And so much TV we can watch, and it can be educational at times, but for the most part it's just distractions, right? So I'm issuing a challenge for us, right? Instead of using television, read a book. Instead of video games, find another hobby that interests you. Instead of whatever it may be that is distracting you from your dreams, which is where we're going with this, and your success. Let's find ways to get away from those so that we're focusing on is what it is that we're trying to do, right? So yes, we can take that opportunity to read a book that might interest on something that we're trying to do, right? For instance, if you're interested in business, you might read a business book. If you're interested in business, you might read a motivational book. If you're interested in something, you'll read on that. Airplanes, you'll read on airplanes, on whatever it may be, right? But find something other than television or your iPad or your PlayStation or whatever it may be. And I get it, Fortnite is a very popular game. I get that. But you don't have to follow the crowd to be the new kind of person you want to be, right? In fact, it's quite the opposite. You should only follow the crowd if they're going in the direction that you want to go, and it's the success path, right? But in most cases, I don't want you following the crowd anyways. I want you leading the crowd, right? Because everyone's looking for that person who is changing things differently and doing things differently and isn't following the way the crowd is going, right? Because that's how business starts, is getting away from all that distraction and nonsense that we have in today's world, right? Because all we see is, if we let it, we just see a bunch of darkness. But there's so much light and so much beauty out there. It's crazy, you know? So you got to find your niche and your aspirations. So separating yourself from all these things that we normally do. And this challenge is on me as well, right? I'm only using social media to just post these videos up every now and then, and to answer any questions that you guys may have if they pop up, right? But other than that, I'm getting away from social media a little bit, and I'm backing away from video games, and I'm doing all these things that might help me with where I want to be, because I feel like that I'm trying to be somewhere and trying to be on a successful path and run a business, but I can't do that if I'm being distracted by all these other things, right? Because yes, it starts out as is, let me just play a few games here and there, and then you get distracted and want to play more, and if you don't win, you want to play more and more and more and more. And Fortnite can be great, and it lasts only a short amount of time, but it doesn't really give you the information you need, right? So what I'm telling you is we've got to separate ourselves from all the nonsense, right? And just focus on what it is we're trying to do. And I hope I'm not losing you here, right? Because success starts the moment you decide to do things differently, right? Because if you're not on a success path, you're clearly going on the wrong path, clearly going down the wrong things, right? You make it a point to do things at night that'll help you go to bed earlier, or find something that interests you. Read a book before you go to bed. Do whatever it is you have to do to find something that keeps you from doing the normality of where you're set right now. Because you want to be in the less than 1%, right? We all do. That's just got so much money, right? But you know how they got there? Sacrifice. Not playing those things that we do all the time. Not playing Fortnite all the time. Not playing video games. Not doing anything other than reading a book, or waking up in the morning and exercising, or going to the gym, or whatever it may be. But find something that keeps you going in the morning. It's known fact that CEOs get up in the morning and they'll read a book, or they'll go on a run, or whatever, but they all do this before 5 a.m. in the morning, right? Because the earlier you get up, the better, because you can be more successful and get all those things done before you go into work, so then you go into work with a positive attitude. So what I'm saying is all this helps you have a positive attitude, wake up in the morning, get started on the right path, and go down the right direction, right? Alright, so the challenge is to separate yourself from the normality, whatever that may be. Video games to books, iPads to a hobby, Instead of playing Fortnite, go outside and, you know, adventure around a little bit. Discover new things. Take a book with you and discover new things, whatever it may be. Go take a walk, something. Clear your mind, separate yourself from the norm, and go have a great day. And always remember to inspire desire and set fire to your own life. You never know, you might set a spark on someone else's and they'll thank you for it. Have a great day, guys.